Have you ever been in a situation where you were ready to speak English? You knew exactly what idea you wanted to share, but the moment you opened your mouth, nothing came out? You hesitate. You say, or three, four, five times in a row. You search through your head for that one missing word. And while you're searching, the silence in the room gets louder and louder. By the time you finally finish your sentence, you feel embarrassed, exhausted, and disappointed in yourself, even though you've spent months or years studying English grammar. If this sounds like a scene from your daily life, I want you to take a deep breath right now. What you experienced in that moment was not a lack of intelligence. It was not a lack of vocabulary. And it was definitely not a sign that you aren't built for learning languages. What you experienced is simply a physical disconnect between your brain and your mouth. Think about it this way. When you read English, your eyes scan the page, your brain processes the text, and you understand it almost instantly. When you listen to English, your ears catch the sound, your brain decodes it, and you get the message. But speaking is entirely different. Speaking is not just a mental process, it is a physical skill. To speak smoothly without pausing, your tongue, lips, breath, and vocal cords have to work together in harmony at high speeds. In today's episode, we're going to look at the single most powerful tool used by polyglots, professional actors, and simultaneous interpreters to build that physical speed and destroy hesitation forever: the shadowing technique. By the end of this episode, you will have a complete step-by-step daily routine that you can start using today to transform your English fluency. Let's dive in. Section 1. Why your brain freezes. Before we look at how to shadow, we need to understand why your mouth freezes up when you try to speak English. When native speakers talk in their mother tongue, they don't think about mouth movements, sentence structure, or verb tenses. Their speech is based entirely on muscle memory, just like typing on a computer keyboard without looking at the keys, or riding a bicycle down the street. But when you speak a second language, your brain tries to control everything manually. You think about your accent, you check your grammar rules, you worry about your speed, you try to choose the right vocabulary, and you try to move your tongue into strange new positions all at the exact same time. It is total mental overload. Your brain simply runs out of processing power, and that overload is what causes you to freeze up and say, The traditional way of studying English, sitting at a desk, filling out grammar worksheets and memorizing long lists of isolated words, does almost nothing to solve this problem. Worksheets train your eyes and your hands, but they do not train the muscles in your face and throat. If you want to speak fast without hesitation, you have to treat English like a sport or a musical instrument. A pianist doesn't just read sheet music. They play scales thousands of times until their fingers move automatically. A soccer player doesn't just read a book about strategy. They run drills on the field until their legs react instantly. The shadowing technique is your daily voice workout. It bypasses the overthinking part of your brain and builds direct muscle memory in your mouth. Section 2. What is shadowing and how does it work? So, what actually is shadowing and where did it come from? Shadowing was popularized by a famous American linguist named Dr. Alexander Arguelles. He noticed that traditional language students could read thick books in foreign languages but struggled to hold a basic 2-minute conversation without long pauses. To fix this, he created a method based on real-time imitation. Here is how it works. You take a piece of short native English audio, like a speech, a podcast, or a movie scene, and you repeat the words out loud at the exact same time as the speaker, with just a split-second delay of about half a second. Notice that I said at the exact same time. You are not listening to a sentence, hitting pause, and then repeating it back. That is traditional repetition. In shadowing, you speak while the native speaker is speaking. You become their voice's shadow, trailing just behind them, step for step. I know what you might be thinking. Wait, speaking at the same time as someone else? That sounds chaotic. Won't I get confused? At first, yes. It feels a little strange during your first few attempts. But that initial feeling of chaos is actually the magic of the exercise. Because you are forced to keep up with the native speaker's speed, your brain literally does not have time to translate in your head. It does not have time to check grammar rules or worry about making a mistake. Shadowing forces your mind to drop its perfectionism. It forces your mouth to copy natural English rhythms, natural pauses, native intonation, and reduced sounds, like how going to turns into gonna, or what do you do sounds like what do you do. You learn native speech patterns naturally without analyzing them on paper. Section 3, the 4-step daily shadowing framework. Now let's walk through the exact step-by-step framework you should use every day. You only need 10 to 15 minutes a day to do this, but consistency is key. Step 1, select your audio. Pick a short clip, around 30 to 60 seconds long, of a native speaker whose voice, accent, and style you like. It could be an English teacher on YouTube, a scene from your favorite TV show, or a clear podcast segment. 2 important rules here. First, make sure you have access to the exact text transcript or subtitles. Second, choose content that is appropriate for your level. Not too easy, but not overwhelmingly fast. Step 2, active listening and comprehension. Listen to the clip 2 or 3 times while reading along with the transcript. Look up any words you don't know so you fully understand the meaning of the message. Never try to shadow audio if you don't know what the words mean, because your brain needs to link the physical sounds to real mental meaning. Step 3, shadowing with text. Play the audio, look at the transcript, and speak out loud with the speaker. Try to copy everything about their delivery. Match their volume. Match their pitch when their voice goes up or down. Match their emotional tone. If they sound excited, sound excited. If they sound serious, drop your pitch. Notice where they take a breath and where they connect words together. Do this 3 to 5 times until your vocal movements start to feel smoother and less rigid. Step 4, shadowing blind. This is the ultimate challenge step. Close your eyes or turn off the transcript completely. Play the audio one last time and shadow using only your ears. When you shadow blind, you will stumble over a word at some point. When that happens, do not stop the audio. Do not freeze and scold yourself. Just take a breath, catch back up with the speaker's voice, and keep going. The goal of step 4 is continuous flow, not 100% perfection. Section 4, pro tips and common mistakes to avoid. Before we wrap up, I want to give you 3 pro tips that will double the results you get from your shadowing sessions. Tip number 1, record yourself once a week. Use the voice recorder on your phone to record your step 4 blind shadowing session once a week. Save the audio file. After 1 month, play your newest recording right next to your first recording. Seeing proof of your own physical progress is the greatest boost of confidence you will ever experience. Tip number 2, stand up and move. When you shadow, try standing up instead of sitting down at a desk. Stand straight, open your lungs, and speak with full vocal energy. Physical movement helps release nervous tension and makes your speech sound much more natural and expressive. Tip number 3, don't rush to fast audio. If you pick audio that is way too fast, you will end up mumbling without making clear sounds. If a clip feels too fast, slow the playback speed down to 0.75 times on YouTube or your podcast player, master the movements at that speed, and then bring it back up to normal speed. Conclusion and actionable call to action. To bring everything we discussed today together, hesitation is not a permanent flaw in your English. It is simply an unorganized physical habit, and shadowing is the tool that replaces hesitation with physical muscle memory. To recap your daily 10-minute routine. 1. Find a clear 30 to 60-second audio clip with a transcript. 2. Listen and understand the meaning. 3. Shadow out loud while reading the text to build the pattern. 4. Shadow blind using only your ears to build pure flow. If you stick to this simple workout every single day for the next 2 weeks, your mouth will move faster, your hesitation will fade, and you will speak with the natural confidence you deserve. Thank you so much for spending this time with me today. Put this into practice right away. Go find a 30-second audio clip, try your very first shadowing session, and see how it feels. Keep practicing, stay consistent, and I will see you in the next episode.